If we say we're about to expand, we have made connections with people outside of the WSS, people who have knowledge, power, wealth, access to networks, and we're now on the verge of communicating with them to generate a larger, broader conversation, and to do so with people of wherewithal and substance and capacity, so that the light of this process can be broadened effectively, efficiently, constructively, sustainably, and catalytically. And in that process, we want it understood as best it can be understood by all the participants in the WSS that we will meet up with new tribal energies, different tribal energies than you have met up with before. We've done our best to expunge and transmute as many tribal energies and taproot energies and ego energies as possible from this process over the last 59 weeks in order to create a receiving crucible for other folks to participate in order to help them, facilitate them, heal them, support them, align them, transmute their karmas, their tribal predispositions, etc., into alignment with a service orientation that will generate a sustainable life process for humanity in the future, collaborative consciousness at scale, and the social movement engine to deliver them. So in that vein, if you see you folks in the bottom middle of this, where it says WSS and SME, optimally synthesized and synchronized, we would say conscious collaboration. If you are the paradigm, the new paradigm, if you are the new model, if you are the new life process, the personification and embodiment of it, and we want other people to understand what you understand. We want other people to be able to resonate with what you understand and how you move and think and feel as not a tribal group, as a conscious community. Then there needs to be a system, a method, a process by which those folks are introduced to you so that you can help and educate and train and facilitate them. And so you can learn from them that which they have learned, bringing all the pieces of the puzzle of the world process together in a more wholesome and healthy way, and to transform and transmute it without you folks being overrun by tribal predispositions of any other group of people or any individual that have built up a strong head of steam, so to speak, a lot of inertia or momentum about their way being the right way or the necessary way or the only way. And you silly folks in the WSS just haven't yet gotten on board on that train of truth that they want to bring. So we have met up with very educated people, with very well-resourced people, very brilliant people, very educated and capable, powerful people. And we've done our best to operate in harmony with them and love with them and care with them and respect for their contributions, their efforts, their attainments, their piece of the puzzle of truth that they uniquely will bring to this process, and that we must respect as such. And in that process, they may bring, along with their puzzle piece of truth and love and care and excellence and genius and expertise, they may bring a little bit of karma, unresolved past life negative karma, or tribal resonance, or ego process, or safety and control strategies. And they may say, We really like what you're saying, WSS. We really want to collaborate with you, but we only want to do it if we get to define your organizational paradigm. Or, but we only want to collaborate with you if you let us do whatever we want. Or, we really want to collaborate with you, but you've got to understand we only work with people if we make 10% profit on every business interaction that we make. So we want you to be profit driven along with us. Or we want to collaborate with you, but our belief system is this, and you've got to conform to that belief system. Otherwise, we can't trust you. We can't collaborate with you. We don't want to hear what you have to say, or we want to be able to dominate you into surrendered submission to our values, beliefs, prior trajectory of development, supposed knowledge base, or intentions. Now, I know you can understand we're only speaking theoretically because there's probably nobody in the whole world that would ever approach us in those ways. And everybody really, really wants to just be kind, loving, and get together and have a conscious community. So I know we're just going through the theoretical steps here. We're hoping that it's not seen as an unnecessary conversation. We're bringing more levity. I've got a million of them. So are we making sense with the necessity of meeting anybody, no matter where they are, whether they're the most intentional person in the world, trying to make the world a better place and operating from a redemption strategy, for example? So they really want to make the world a better place as long as they can redeem their wounded ego parts from the past and put their name on it, so to speak, in order to make it their process and redeem their self-judgments and self-hatreds, karmic self-judgments and self-hatreds, via participation in the WSS. Right now, there are folks that are developing new technologies in our world, and they could create what might be termed metaverses. There's a very wonderful and cute movie out called Ready Player One, in which a 3D kind of artificial universe was created by a software designer, and everybody in the world wanted to participate on it, like a Facebook for all the ego processes of all of humanity to operate in an artificial world. And there are those who would assume that rather than facing our collective history as a species and becoming conscious as a result, that it's going to be better for everyone just to escape into some artificial reality online, not be required to face our fears, our insecurities, our self-hatred, our judgments, our disunity, and that somehow everything will just work itself out in this artificial reality world. And they would see that as an antidote to our unwillingness to face our fears, our divisions, our disunity, our bias, our prejudice, our tribal tendencies, and our taproot drives and motivations. We're not suggesting that these software or technological evolutions aren't necessary. As a matter of fact, they can be incredibly beneficial if they are utilized to achieve the goals we just described, to bring unity, to bring oneness, to bring healing to the woundedness of humanity. And therefore, they're not wrong. And does it make sense that if we're going to create such technologies, that doing so from optimal consciousness and optimal spiritually aligned and informed intentions is of the utmost importance if we don't want to have technology simply unground humanity into an incapacity to save ourselves from our own primal nature.